You see this car every morning. Faded paint, small dent on the bumper, nothing special. The guy who drives it? His coworkers feel sorry for him. They think he's struggling. He has $4.2 million in index funds, and he drives that Civic. On purpose. Here's something nobody's going to tell you at the dealership, at the office, or on your Instagram feed. Looking poor might be the single smartest financial move you ever make. Not because you're broke, because you're playing a completely different game. Research from The Millionaire Next Door found that the typical American millionaire drives a practical, non-luxury car, a Ford, Toyota, or Honda. Yet, plenty of people earning under $100,000 are stretching their budgets thin just to drive one. One group looks wealthy, the other group actually is. These groups often overlap less than people think. In the next 8 minutes, I'll show you exactly why looking unremarkable is one of the highest ROI decisions you can make. And one of these reasons is going to genuinely surprise you. Stick around. But first, a French philosopher who got a fancy robe and ended up broke. Denis Diderot received a beautiful scarlet robe as a gift in 1765. It was so nice, it made the rest of his apartment look like garbage. So he replaced his desk, his chairs, his rug, his art. He ended up in debt chasing one single purchase. Sound familiar? Buy a new car and your apartment feels like a dump. Get a designer bag and now your shoes look wrong. That's the Diderot Effect, and it's quietly destroying your net worth. Here's the math nobody shows you. A $60,000 SUV doesn't cost $60,000. Over 5 years, you're looking at $90,000 after financing, insurance, maintenance, and depreciation. That same money in an S&P 500 index fund historically doubles every decade. Financial freedom isn't about how much you earn, it's about how little you need. When your lifestyle costs $3,000 a month instead of $8,000, you own options. You can walk away from a toxic job, take career risks, and negotiate from strength. That's your financial runway. Now here's where it gets dark. $200 a month. That's the average American spend on unplanned purchases, coffee runs, impulse buys, forgotten subscriptions. Sounds small, but invested at 8% annually over 20 years, that's $118,000. Push it to $500 a month, and you're looking at $295,000. The reason most people can't do that? The system is engineered to stop them. Marketing is behavioral science now. Companies hire psychologists to manufacture desire, fake urgency, and make you feel like you're missing out. Buy now, pay later turned a $200 impulse into a $50 decision. Genius for them. The result? Over 60% of Americans can't cover a $1,000 emergency without debt. Credit card balances are at all-time highs at over 20% interest. We've confused income with wealth. Someone pulling $150,000 but spending $145,000 is functionally broke, one layoff away from collapse. Financial institutions profit from your debt. Retailers profit from your spending. Nobody profits from your discipline, except you. If this is hitting home, a quick like really helps the channel. Back to it. All right, this one surprised me when I first saw the data. Wealthy people are 43% more likely to be victims of identity theft than the general population. According to Javelin Research, 8.1% of high net worth individuals get their identity stolen each year, versus 6.4% for everyone else. And it's not basic fraud, it's called whaling. Criminals build a full profile using social media, data breaches, and public records, then impersonate your financial advisor, your bank, even your family members, all to get you to authorize a wire transfer. The FTC reported Americans lost $10.3 billion to fraud in 2023. Investment fraud alone, $4.6 billion, specifically targeting people who look wealthy. You know who doesn't get targeted like that? The guy in the 2011 Civic. Quiet wealth isn't just humble, It's a security strategy. Picture this. Your friend suggests a restaurant. You pick it up on Google Maps. No prices listed. You sit down. The menu has no dollar signs on the left side. You order the pasta. $42. And you say nothing. That's not just an uncomfortable dinner. That's spending contagion, and economists have a name for it. When your peer group upgrades their lifestyle, your brain benchmarks against them automatically. It's hardwired, and the economy is engineered to exploit it. Nobody wants to be the one who can't afford it, so people finance experiences they don't even want. $2,000 bachelor parties, group vacations on credit, just to avoid the social discomfort of saying no. That's emotional spending under social pressure, and it destroys wealth quietly, year after year. But here's what happens when you stop performing wealth. The people in your life who were there for what you represented, they drift away. What's left are the real ones. Value-based relationships don't require financial performance. They survive honest budget conversations. They don't need you to pick up the tab. Research on high net worth individuals finds a paradox. More money, less trust. They can never be sure if someone likes them or likes their lifestyle. The person who looks middle class while sitting on real wealth avoids that problem completely. I want to give you one number that will reframe every purchase you make from here on out. It's called your freedom number, the amount you need invested to make work completely optional. The math. Multiply your annual expenses by 25. That's the 4% rule. Need $40,000 a year to live? Your freedom number is $1 million. Need $80,000? You need $2 million. And here's the kicker. The difference between those two lifestyles could be a full decade of your working life. A 50% savings rate on $70,000 beats a 10% savings rate on $200,000 every single time. The FIRE community has proven average Americans can retire in their 30s and 40s, not by earning more, but by spending less and investing the gap. Meanwhile, carrying credit card debt at 20% interest isn't just not saving, it's compounding against you. Frugality is leverage. It widens the gap between income and expenses, and that gap is exactly where wealth lives. Calculate your freedom number, then realize how fast you can hit it when you're not funding a lifestyle designed to impress strangers. The person who noticed that Honda Civic and felt a little superior, statistically, they're going to work until they're 70 because they don't have a choice. The guy driving it could stop working tomorrow. Wealth isn't what you show, it's what you keep. Looking poor isn't sacrifice, it's strategy. The compound interest on your investments doesn't care what car you drive, but it absolutely notices whether you put money in. If this changed how you think about money, hit the like button. It costs you nothing and genuinely helps this channel grow. Next video, the exact savings rate math that separates people who retire at 45 from people who work until 70. The numbers are going to shock you. Subscribe so you don't miss it. I'll see you.